All right, well, I know I recognize some of you. We did one of these about a month ago, back before the crazy snowstorm over there. Who was here for that? If you could just show me. Okay, perfect, so about half of you. Awesome, so I recognize some of you, as I say. My name is Kyle, I'm with Victory Wine Group, one of your wine reps, wine suppliers for Paradiso. Are you all going to be working at Paradiso? Everyone's, okay, cool. Well, we've got about 8 or 9 wines to get into here. I don't want to keep you too long, so I've heard you have some scotch after this as well, which is awesome. So I'm going to try to be concise and just sort of give you some quick tips and hints on how to sell these wines, kind of the stories behind them. I always, and people who will remember from last time, I always give probably too much information, stuff that you guys don't even care about. So really, quite honestly, take notes if you want. Keep what resonates with you, what you think you can use to sell the wines, and then just forget the rest, and I won't be offended. But we've got some great wines. Most of these are by the glass with you guys. I did bring 2 extra that are by the bottle right now, but I'd love to see you guys get behind and try to sell by the bottle. And those are 2 Rombauer wines, obviously a big name. Our Rombauer rep here locally actually lives in Oak Cliff, and so he comes in and dines with you guys, and I'm sure he'll be buying some bottles, and so want to make sure you guys are ready to sell those as well. And then we have one new by the glass, which will be starting here shortly, which is a really great Cabernet from Oakville down in Napa Valley called Minor Family. So we've got a few wines to get into. I'm just going to jump right in unless anybody has any preliminary questions. Oh, is there an extra glass by chance that I can use? Are they here? Perfect. I appreciate it. Maybe I'll grab 2 just so I can have a spit bucket for one. So kind of like last time, for those of you who remember who were with me, I'm just going to pass this around. I don't feel like I need to control how much you pour, but make sure it makes it around the room. We've got about 20 people, so about an ounce per person should be good. That'll extend the whole bottle all the way around the room. This first wine is a newer by the glass for you guys. Came on maybe 2 months ago-ish, somewhere in there. It's called Scarpetta Pinot Grigio. This is well, first of all, I'd like to get an idea of who has tried this already. Who's tried the Scarpetta so far? Just a few of you? Okay, awesome. So it's important, obviously, that you guys try the by the glass offerings. So this wine is really cool. It's a really cool story, especially for independent restaurants like you guys. This is owned and operated by a guy named Bobby Stuckey. Does anyone know the name Bobby Stuckey at all by chance? No? Okay. So Bobby Stuckey is a master sommelier, one of only about 250 master somms in the world. He is a restaurateur and owns a couple of restaurants as well in Boulder, Colorado. And he's a big proponent for independent restaurants. In fact, all through COVID, it's really cool to see the kind of work he's done. I don't know if you guys are familiar with, obviously, this big bill that's going through Congress right now. Part of it is what's called the Restaurants Act. I don't know if you've heard of that before, but Bobby Stuckey is literally the guy who helped write that motion that's going through Congress right now to put millions and millions of dollars into just independent restaurants to help out people like you guys who maybe have been affected by COVID for both the restaurants themselves and the employees. So really cool guy, really nice, down-to-earth guy. As I say, he owns a couple restaurants himself in Boulder. His story is cool as well, where he started at the French Laundry. I'm sure you've probably heard of the French Laundry, famous restaurant in Napa Valley, owned by Thomas Keller, the famous chef. And he and his buddy Lachlan, who was actually a sous chef for Thomas Keller at the French Laundry as well. So Bobby was the head sommelier, Lachlan was the sous chef, and after working lots of years with Thomas Keller at the French Laundry, they basically wanted to go start their own winery and do some projects on their own, and so that's when they left and went to a place called Friuli. Thank you, I'll take that. Friuli, Italy. Friuli, Italy is up in the eastern corner of Italy, way up almost near like the Slovenian border up there, but really well known for obviously white wines, Pinot Grigio, Sauvignon Blanc. There are some really cool kind of Alpine reds up there as well, but this is what they came up with. This is 100% Friulian Pinot Grigio. coming from their vineyards that they purchased. So once they finished at the French Laundry, they went up there to Friuli, found some vineyards that they fell in love with, some families that they wanted to work with that were basically kind of co-ops, and they bought them and started making these wines. And so Scarpetta was born kind of out of love for restaurants and a love for wine and serving wine in restaurants. And so this is something that you can find at some, sort of boutique retailers, but it's mostly an on-premise or restaurant brand and meant for sort of by the glass consumption. So having said that, I'd love for you guys to try this. This is 100% Pinot Grigio. If you guys remember from last time, I will tell you, I'll be the first to tell you I'm not usually a huge fan of Pinot Grigio, and that's why I love this one, because this is unlike most Pinot Grigios I've tried in that it has a lot more character, and I apologize if you are a Pinot Grigio drinker. I apologize. I don't mean to, talk down to it, but I just find a lot of times Pinot Grigio is a very bland, just whatever grape, because honestly, a lot of it is mass-produced. There's a lot of big name brands that are just making it tastes like white wine, and that's about it. This one I feel is different. It has more pizzazz, more pop, more acidity. It's more juicy. It's just got a whole lot more going on, in my opinion. These aren't the greatest cups to be able, and I apologize, we don't have actual wine glasses, but hopefully you can still get a good idea of this wine. But I'd love to hear your feedback of maybe if you like Pinot Grigio, what you think, or if you don't usually like Pinot Grigio, if you'd agree with me or not, that's fine too, on that this is a pretty easy drinking glass of wine. What do you guys think? Yeah, question?
No, just...
Oh, okay, I thought you said you had a question. What did I hear back there? Yeah, not too dry, yeah. What do you guys think? Do you think it's pretty easy drinking? And this is something that especially with your patio out there, actually these first two wines really, for your patio when it gets nice and warm and people start hanging out there for your brunches and such, I could see people just pounding bottles of this, quite honestly, not even just glasses. This is an easy kind of rack up the tab kind of a bottle, if you ask me. Yeah, I get I don't know if you guys have any descriptors, but sometimes customers will ask, hey, what kind of notes do you get out of this? I get really nice peach and melon, some citrus, some sort of like a green citrus I'm getting, like a lime, more like a lime and lime skin almost. Really nice acidity, as I say, which makes it great to pair with food. I just think that's, again, a really, really drinkable style of Pinot Grigio. Any other thoughts on that before we move on?
Just a quick question.
Yeah.
What does the name Scarpetta mean?
Oh, that's a good question. I used to know that. Let me think for a second.
What was the question?
Oh, the question was, what does the name Scarpetta mean? Oh, dang it. I used to know. That's terrible that I don't remember. I wonder if it's on the label. You know what? I don't like making stuff up. If I don't know the answer, I'm going to look it up for you and I'll get back to you, okay? I do apologize.